Hello everyone and welcome to Adventures in Coriolis. Today's adventure brings us to Theodore Roosevelt Island here in the middle of the Potomac River just outside of Washington, D.C. Let's get this adventure started. So one of the things to keep in mind about the Theodore Roosevelt Island is that while it is along the Mount Vernon Trail, which is very popular by bicyclists in the DC area, no bikes are actually allowed over onto the island, so there are a lot of bike racks here. You can park your bike if you do come via bike, but they do stress absolutely no bikes. So as you're walking across the bridge, if you look to the north, so over here you have Arlington, Virginia. Just to the north there is Georgetown, and you can actually see the part of the key bridge right up there, but you can see Georgetown. So I've actually this is my first time being here. I've been to a lot of the monuments and memorials in DC, probably all of them at this point. This was the last remaining one. This one's a little bit unique because it's not, you know, in the center of DC. You actually have to, this one's more out in nature, and as I understand it, Teddy Roosevelt was, he liked being out in nature, so I guess that's pretty fitting for our country's 26th president that this memorial and sort of monument to him would be placed here in the middle of the Potomac River in Washington, D.C. It's a place of, surrounding this center Memorial Plaza area, there's actually a lot of hiking trails, a lot of places where you can get out and be in nature. So this site itself was actually designated as Theodore Roosevelt Island in 1932. There's actually about 88.5 acres on the island. It's pretty much mostly forested area, so a nice place to come, relax, you know, maybe have a picnic, just to get out of the hustle and bustle of Washington, D.C. for a while. Now, of course, it is a national park. It's operated by the National Park Service. That means that it's absolutely free, so if you're in the D.C. area visiting, it's just like all the other monuments and memorials, it's free to get in. There is free parking if you do come there along George Washington Parkway. Really good view of Arlington, Virginia. Of course, the access point to Roosevelt Island is actually from Arlington, Virginia. Really no access points from Washington, D.C. You do have to come to the Virginia side. Still pretty spectacular to be out in nature and also see the skyline of Arlington over there. There's also these big reservoirs for water, and I don't know if they maybe have fountains and stuff too. However, it's dry currently on both sides, so not sure why that is. And then there's these bridges that come across it and take you back to the nature trail over there on the other side. So this all, Memorial Plaza is what they call this. And it's where the memorial itself is actually located. So you can see, you know, you can enter from there. I think from any end you can pretty much enter. And it's really just set up to be like a circle. There's all these fountains around, but none of them are working today. And then there's the statue of Teddy Roosevelt there in the center, and then those 4 pillars back there. So a pretty cool memorial to the nation's 26th president, Theodore Roosevelt. Okay, so now we're gonna head and see some of the nature trails and things. I haven't actually walked around very much. I came directly to the memorial, but I'm actually gonna go out this, let's see, I guess this would be the western exit from the plaza, because a lot of people are coming in from the south. I think the south is probably the primary entrance and exit for the memorial. So this is not your typical DC monument, memorial, sightseeing adventure. You know, most of the things are located over in the city, but with attractions over in DC, you know, everything's pretty much paved. This is out in nature, so a little bit different of an experience than what you might expect when you come to the DC area. So keep that in mind, that like I said, you're going to need to wear appropriate shoes, wear appropriate clothing to be out in nature. Maybe also bring some bug spray depending on what time of year you come. Theodore Roosevelt actually did so much for the National Park Service itself, which actually of course controls this site today where his memorial is located. During his presidency, he actually doubled the number of sites around the country that were designated as a national park. So a lot of the national parks that you visit today around the country can probably credit the work of Teddy Roosevelt for. About the Mason Mansion. John Mason, who was apparently the son of George Mason, who was the author of the Virginia Declaration of Rights. He had an elegant summer home just right back here from 1792 to 1830. It was the center of Washington and Georgetown society. Well, folks, it ain't much today, because this is all you got. But just imagine a quaint little summer home back there, looking out over all of this. Good to know that they do have facilities located around as you walk around through the various paths. So now we're going to walk across a little footbridge to get over to the eastern side of the island, where we should have some pretty cool views of DC as we walk back north along the edge of the Potomac. You can see here a marsh. There are some swampy lands around DC, and this is just one of the examples of that. I feel like you're in like Florida or something, but walking over a little marsh here. And you can see right under the I-66 bridge there, if we zoom in, you can actually see the Lincoln Memorial over in DC.
In there already, it's already gone there.
Oh yeah, it's already camouflaged.
So I wasn't quick enough to get that on camera because it all happened pretty fast, but as I was walking up the path, this lady was yelling, "Come here quick, there's a big snake," and I could actually see it in front of her. Huge, maybe a black snake or something, but you know, wasn't able to get it on camera. But so there are snakes here. That confirms my earlier question. I don't like snakes, so I'm glad I wasn't right up on it, but we did see a snake. So here is one final piece of evidence for why you need to wear good shoes. Look at this. This goes on for quite a while too. And they've actually installed sort of a little walkway back there because I guess this is an area that gets particularly muddy. But wear the right shoes here. You don't want to get your sneakers that you're then going to be walking around the National Mall and other monuments with the next day. Wear the proper shoes. That's going to do it for our adventure here on Teddy Roosevelt Island, and what an adventure it's been. We saw snakes, we've been in the swamp, a little bit of everything this adventure. If you did enjoy this video, please go down, give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel, have a lot of exciting vlogs coming for you soon. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you on the next adventure.